Happy Thursday. What's the date? It's the 12th. 212. We have no guests today. Tomorrow, though, I believe Paul Hederman, I got to reach out to him again. We're going back for round 2 to see if we can make this happen. We tried last Sunday, technical difficulties. A little bit on his end, a lot on my end, which should be a surprise to no one. And then on the 12th as well, we have Deona. Ona is coming up. She was in the hospital for a while. She was our guest a while back. She's friends with Julie, and I believe her and Julie are coming up at 5:25. So double guests. Hopefully tomorrow. Saturday, Lloyd and Stephanie, Lloyd Lapp and Stephanie Finn, his partner, are going to come up. It's Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about we're joining the protests. We're joining Kat and Jack. Hey, Kat. And the commercialization of Valentine's Day as if it can be contained in a single day. We're going to talk about At Home in the Heart of God, which is the ultimate expression of love. And it's our function here. I wrote about our function this morning. I'm also going to try to put together an ebook that I've been working on this morning. Very short. Sutras. I can't reveal it right yet. We're going to see if I can do it. It's been a while since I put together a book. And I've never done it with the help, I've never done an ebook, and I've done it with the help of AI. But we're going to try. Kat says yes. Hey, Anna. Let's get ready to dive in. Hey, Jason. Good morning, my friend. Jason, how are you? What's new in the world of Jason? What's new in the world of Missouri? Lesson 43 this morning. Yep, and we're going to start with breath work. Well, we're going to read and then do breath work. And then we're going to practice. Let me know when you're ready. It's good to see you too, Jason. Me, personally, myself, right now, I feel very inspired. Inspired by my channel, inspired that you guys are here, that some of you are interested in doing lesson 43. We have stuck together for 43 lessons, man. That's no small deal. It's pretty big. Kat can attest that very often we start the course and we put the course aside. We start it and we put it aside. I did for a very long time. Every time I started, every time I dove in, I got something out of it. It was planting seeds. And then I just knew one day, now was the time to go all the way through it. No hesitation, full speed ahead. And man, I have not looked back. That doesn't mean that I've always been consistently and constantly doing the workbook all these years, but the principles have always stayed with me, and I always do my best. Larry says, you look like me. Well, wait a minute here, Larry. Let's dive into this together. How old are you? Are you older than 61? If you're not 62 years old, then my friend, you look like me. I can only imagine you're a very handsome guy. All right. We're going to read the course. Then we're going to do some breath work. Who's with me? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Oh, shoot, Larry. Larry's 65. All right, man. I look like you. You got it. Well, in that case, man, I could not look like a better person. Anna gives us a thumbs up. Larry gives us a thumbs up. So, Larry, we're doing A Course in Miracles. We're doing lesson 43 today, and we're going to do it. So, was that the good guy or the bad guy? Hey, Marlon. We're going to do lesson 43 from A Course in Miracles, And then we're going to do breath work along with it. Cat feels good skill. Lesson 43. As we begin, you guys can listen. You can close your eyes. We're going to turn this into a meditation. But as we start, I'm going to read the workbook lesson, and then we're going to apply it. Perception is not an attribute of God. His is a realm of knowledge. Yet he has created the Holy Spirit as the mediator between perception and knowledge. Without this link with God, perception would have replaced knowledge forever in your mind. With this link with God, perception will become so changed and purified that it will lead to knowledge. That is the function as the Holy Spirit sees it. Therefore, this is the function in truth. In God, you cannot see. Perception has no function in God and does not exist. Yet in salvation, which is the undoing of what never was, perception has a mighty purpose. Made by the Son of God for an unholy purpose, it must become the means for the restoration of his holiness to his awareness. Perception has no meaning, yet does the Holy Spirit give it meaning very close to God's. Healed perception becomes the means by which the Son of God forgives his brother and thus forgives himself. You cannot see apart from God because you cannot be apart from God. Whatever you do in him, because whatever you think with his mind. If vision is real, and it is real to the extent to which it shares the Holy Spirit's purpose, then you cannot see apart from God. 3 5-minute practice periods are required today. One as early and one as late as possible in the day. The third may be undertaken at the most convenient and suitable time that circumstances and readiness permits. At the beginning of these practice periods, repeat the idea for today to yourself with eyes open, then glance around you for a short time, applying the idea specifically to what you see. 4 or 5 subjects for this phase of the practice period are sufficient. You might say, for example, God is my source. I cannot see this desk apart from him. God is my source. I cannot see that picture apart from him. Although this part of the exercise periods should be relatively short, be sure that you select the subjects for this phase of practice indiscriminately, without self-directed inclusion or exclusion. For the second and longer phase, close your eyes, repeat today's idea again, and then let whatever relevant thought occurs to you add to the idea in your own personal way. Thoughts such as, I see through the eyes of forgiveness. I see the world as blessed. The world can show me myself. I see my thoughts which are like God's. And any thought related more or less directly to today's idea is suitable. The thoughts need not bear any obvious relationship to the idea, but they should not be in opposition to it. If you find your mind wandering, if you begin to be aware of thoughts which are clearly out of accord with today's idea, or if you seem to be unable to think of anything, open your eyes, repeat the first phase of the exercise period, and then attempt the second phase again. Do not allow any protracted period to occur in which you become preoccupied with irrelevant thoughts. Return to the first phase of the exercise as often as necessary to prevent this. In applying today's idea in the shorter practice periods, the form may vary according to the circumstances and situations in which you find yourself during the day. When you are with someone else, for example, try to remember to tell them silently, God is my source, I cannot see apart from him. This form is equally applicable to strangers as it is to those you think are closer to you. In fact, try not to make distinctions of this, any kind at all. Today's idea should also be applied throughout the day to various situations and events that may occur, particularly to those that seem to distress you in any way. For this purpose, apply the idea in this form. God is my source. I cannot see apart from this. I cannot see this apart from him. If no particular subject presents itself to your awareness at any time of the day, merely repeat the idea in its original form. Try today not to allow any long periods of time to slip by without remembering today's idea, and thus remember your function. So guys, we are going to begin with breath work. We're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 2. Very easy. We're going to breathe out through the mouth with pursed lips, as if we're blowing out a birthday candle, for a count of 4. Put your tongue on the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. We're sitting with our eyes closed, shoulders relaxed, hands in the lap. Brief scan through the body, any little areas of tension. Breathe in, and on the exhalation, consciously relax. Breathe through your nose for a count of 1, 2. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In through the nose for 1, 2. Exhale, pursed lips for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale through the mouth for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. In for 1, 2. Exhale for 2, 3, 4. And relax. Let go of the breath. Allow it to settle into its own easy and natural rhythm. Settling in. We're going to open our eyes and look around whatever room you find yourself in and remind yourself that God is my source. Whatever you select, remember that I cannot see this object, this person, this thing apart from him. God is my source. I cannot see this item, whatever it is, apart from him. Look around the room indiscriminately. Whatever you see, God is your source, and you cannot see that apart from him. God is your source. You cannot see apart from him. Close your eyes. And let any thought related to today's idea occur to you. God is your source. You cannot see apart from him, meaning you are seeing right now with the eyes of God. Let these thoughts, your eyes closed, remind you. You see through the eyes of forgiveness. God is your source. You can only see the world as holy. Whatever thoughts occur to you. God is your source. Everyone you meet is holy and blessed by your vision. Allow silence to come between those thoughts. And even silence the source of God, our refuge. It's the silence in which we rest. Breathing in, God is my source, and breathing out, I cannot breathe apart from him. But when you're ready, let the thoughts go. Open your eyes slowly. I'll see you back in the chat. Love you guys. Lesson 43. Hey, Dragon. Hey, Clark Kent. Silence, how are you? Hey, Daniel. Let's see. Calliops. Did I get that right? Smoke says, I got 5 baby mamas and 6 kids. I ain't paying no child support. I'm on the run. Good luck with that, my friend. Clark says, I have God that perceives the same eye in which God perceived these. 2 and 1. Yep. Eckhart, Meister Eckhart. Nice quote. Hey, Susanna. Skilly says, do you use the eyes for the glasses? Do I use the eyes for the glasses? No. I use my head for the eyes and the eyes for the glasses. It's a logical sequence of events. You're welcome, Anna. Hey, Long John. All right. Any questions about lesson 43? Sorry. Got a little lost for a second. I'm back. How long have we been live for? 18 minutes. The ears are used for the glasses. The ears are used to hold the glasses up. Duh. But what's behind the ears? How far back can we trace this, Cat? I think it's a vast conspiracy. Hey, Adam. Adam says, warning all you hardcore ACIMers. What's new, my friend? Anna says, lesson 43, check. Done. Make sure you practice it through the day. I know it's later in the day for you, Anna. Six more to go. When we hit that magical number 50, then it's a review, and then we dive back in. 60 onwards. We got a whole year ahead of us, man. Today is a little bit longer walk. I'm going to wait just a bit to get a little bit of light. I normally like to get out there before it's light, but it warmed up yesterday and then it froze overnight, so it's going to be slick out. Kat says, Anna says, I will miss lesson 44 tomorrow. But I hope you can come back and review it. And remember, you can check it out online. Foundation for Inner Peace has a free online version. They also have Audible. You can listen to it. You can work with it. Highly, highly recommend it, guys. What a great resource. Absolutely for free. Long just says, you mind me asking what today's lesson was, Yogi? I can always go back. I don't mind at all. Today was lesson 43, and it is God is my source. I cannot see apart from him. God is the source. True vision. I love how this starts. Perception is not an attribute of God. Meaning, what you see right now, you're seeing through the lens of the ego. The ego can only perceive that which is of the ego. The ego cannot perceive that which is of God. In order to see with the vision of God, we need to switch our mind to the Holy Spirit being the voice for God. So, the Holy Spirit is the mediator between perception, the solidness of this desk, and knowledge, in which we see that this desk itself does not exist apart from God. So, what we do, Long John, look around the room. Remind yourself that God is your source and that you cannot see apart from him, and then select an object indiscriminately, whatever object you see, whatever your eyes land upon. For me, I got a mouse, computer mouse, not an actual mouse in front of me. I cannot see this mouse apart from him. God is my source. I cannot see this oatmeal bowl with no oatmeal left apart from him. Whatever it is, do that just for maybe a minute. Then close your eyes and let any relevant thought to today's idea just float to you, easy, naturally. God is my source, so vision must be his gift. God is my source, so true vision must be available to me, whatever it is. I see the word as holy now. I see you with the infinite grace of blessings, whatever thought occurs to you that is related. And if you have trouble, or if you find your mind wandering to other thoughts, then open your eyes and go back to part 1. God is my source. I cannot see this notebook apart from him. God is my source. I cannot see this hand apart from him. Then close your eyes and begin again. There's no strain here. You can alternate between those two. And then we're done. That was for you, Long John. Hi, Gills Press. Gills, how come you are not modded up, my friend? And it says, yes, I will catch the replay, Yogi. Great. Thank you, Adam. Anna says, yes, Adam, I started this year. Hi, Dolly. Good morning, my friend. Adam says, I'm weird. I'm on 131. I've been on it for 3 days. What's keeping you at lesson 131, Adam? I do that sometimes. I'm on lesson 140. I took a break, not a break from the course, but I did for, I guess, maybe a couple weeks. I worked with 20 lessons as presented to me by Dove Fishman. She's been a great teacher for me. And then I felt called to dive back in where I left off. So I'm back to lesson 140. 140 is only salvation can be said to cure. For those who might want, Adam is on lesson 131, and the lesson is no one can fail who seeks to reach the truth. The truth does not reside within this world. The truth resides within our mind. However, the mind as we perceive it is split. There is the mind of the ego, which is the mind of perception, and there is the mind of the Holy Spirit, which is the voice for God. If the voice for God exists within your mind, the Holy Spirit, that must mean that you, truly so, are also the voice for God. How would you like to demonstrate that? Is what you're saying true? Is what you're saying kind? Is what you're saying meaningful? Truly meaningful? which implies that you're giving it the meaning of God, not our own ego meaning. The ego always seeks to be clever, always seeks to be right, always seeks to be loud. Look at me. This is mine. You're over there. I'm over here. Those are the cleverness. That's the cleverness of the ego. Look at me. I'm separate, but I'm unique. I'm funny. I'm a snowflake, twinkling star. And yet you are way over there, and your star is a little less shiny, a little less bright, a little less twinkly than mine. However, both stars exist within the same infinite sky. Dolly, how are you, my friend? Anna says the ego is so loud. It is. You know why the ego is so loud? Because the ego is afraid. Why do people shout? Because they're afraid. So why the ego shouts. What is the ego afraid of? The ego is afraid that as you dive into A Course in Miracles, as you study Buddhism, as you begin to meditate and quiet your mind, as you practice the Tao, as you pray, as you do breath work, as you do yoga asanas, that in that silence that unfolds, you'll see through the ego. Hey, Michael, ego, Earth Guide only. I always like that acronym, but even when we think of it as Earth Guide only, now we're thinking that we can rely on it to guide us through Earth. So we even want to let that Earth Guide only. Do we want to be guided on Earth by the ego, which is an illusion, a thought structure, a belief system, and the belief system is based upon separation? Do we want to be guided on Earth by the laws of separation and exclusion? Or do we want to turn to the Holy Spirit, which resides within us, which is the voice of God, and be guided through the illusion to the reality that only love is real and nothing unreal exists? Therein lies the peace of God. So don't worry about the ego. Don't worry about it shouting. Don't worry about how loud it is. Don't even worry about it. Just know you can choose something other at any time. And that other, hey Lisa, that other is always, always the Holy Spirit. Michael says, blessings everyone. Blessings to you, my friend. Liza says, good morning, host. Good morning to you. Couple more minutes. Adam says, taking my time. Yeah, I know 25 was tough for you. So our guest on Saturday, Lloyd Lapp and Stephanie Finn, together, they've been studying the course probably for 50 plus years. Adam, you can run that by them. Why was lesson 28? Why was it so crappy? I think it was lesson 28, that 128 that gave you trouble. 127 is pretty easy. There is no love but God's. But man, the world I see holds nothing that I want. 128. And we look around and we see puppy dogs and kitty cats and melting snow. We see our loved ones. We see babies. We see back to the twinkling stars. We see the first bud of spring. We see the ocean tide rising and falling. And we think, man, I don't know. The world I see does certainly hold a whole lot, right? But everything you see is temporary. Everything you see is temporary. This is the world of perception. Perception is always false. So no matter how beautiful it is, and it is beautiful, it's a beauty that you created because you create the perception. But are you creating it through the ego, which is always going to offer something temporary? Or are you creating it, extending it, expressing it through love, which is permanent? I don't have the answers. I struggle with this as well. But here's what's happening. I wrote about that this morning. Let me read what I wrote. And then we'll call it a morning. I'm learning to trust. And there's been hard lessons that have brought me low and made this a difficult thing to learn. From the perspective of A Course in Miracles, trust is letting go of the need to control the narrative, being centered in the present moment and not judging what unfolds. Trust is relying solely on the source to provide the means for my function, my holy function, to be fulfilled. My function, as is everyone's, is to move from a fearful mind to one of trusting in the voice of God, shifting from a mindset of separation to the reality of being joined together in love. I've not always been a happy learner with these lessons. The Course says a happy learner is someone who is willing to unlearn everything those hard lessons offered, relearning to trust that God's only concern for me is my true happiness. And that's where it seems I'm slowly arriving. Happiness, joy. I'm beginning to fulfill my function. Perhaps soon, not far off at all, I can call myself a happy learner and completely mean it, because it's true. That was today's writing. All right, guys. My playlist is Empty Belt. Listen often. I don't think I know that song, Michael, but I will look for it. Adam says, hey man, can I get the bell from my mom? Absolutely you can. Hey Stinkbug. Guys, 1 moment of silence. We're saying out a prayer for Adam's mom, as well as Adam, who is caring for her, as well as his siblings and anyone else, doctors, nurses, and attendant, anyone who is helping Adam's mom. Moment of silence. If you are at all sound sensitive, now it's time to turn down the volume. We're going to ring the bell 3 times. Adam, this is for your mom, my friend. Love to your mom. Gil says, half a century they studied the Course. Amazing. Yes, and our friend Dov Fishman, by himself, he's studied over 50 years. Same with Vicky Poppy. She's just about almost 50 years. Carol Howe, you've had the fortune of having a great conversation with. Over 50 years for her. I love the fact that these people have been studying the Course for just about as long as the Course has been out. Such an incredible source of wisdom. It's as if we were with the original disciples of Buddha. And thank you, Gals. Hey, working. We upload your brain into the Super Happy Fun Cloud. It's already there. It's already there. You're welcome, Adam. Sick Bug, my friend, I hope all is well with you. All right. So if there's no questions on lesson 43 or anything else that we've been talking about, I'm going to go back and work for a little bit. Really inspired. Again, I'm putting together an ebook. I want it to be just about 30 pages. And there we go. Working says, psychology says, intuition is essentially pattern recognition. Okay, I wouldn't argue that. Of course, psychologists see the world and their own patterns through the lens of the psychological learning. Um, so we sort of got to break out of the mold, right? We got to break out of the own uh, pattern recognition that we have set for ourselves, or has been set for us by parents, teachers, books, media, you know, all that stuff. Adam says, my fortune cookie said that I need to give up my possessions. Oops, I already did that. What's the question there? How did I get such gorgeous, juicy traps? You might think I would say shrugs. The only shrugging that I do nowadays is when someone asks me a question and I'm like, I don't know. Since I don't know so much, I'm always shrugging. I don't know. That's how it happened, Marlon. Ask me a math question. Right now, go ahead. Ask me a math question. I'm going to show you the secret to developing big traps. Girls, you're welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Ask me a philosophical question. Ask me a metaphysical question. Ask me a question about quantum physics. Go ahead. Anything. Nothing's off limits. Adam says, that's the best exercise yet, man. In Zen, they say, start with the I don't know mind, because that's where you're going to end up anyway. I don't know. Lesson 25 of A Course in Miracles says, I don't know what anything is for. We don't know what anything is for because it's the ego that assigns everything we see meaning. The ego is an illusion, therefore everything we think we know what it is for is based upon an illusion. Doesn't mean it can't be useful, but ultimately, we don't know what anything is for. We don't know why something happens. However, everything can be repurposed through the lens of holiness itself, through the lens of the Holy Spirit, through the Tao, through higher guidance, our higher self, our greater intelligence, whatever you want to call it. All right, here's the first question. Adam says, what's the string and a good violin bow made of? And as part of my morning workout, I don't know. Adam says, hint, that's a bad question to ask a vegan. Oh man, are you telling me that the string of the first on a good violin is made of vegans? They're actually harvesting vegans to make violin strings? That's horrible. Where do they make violins? And they got to make sure that I avoid that area. We are on YouTube. Resistance is fertile. You will be assimilated. You don't want me. You would assimilate me and it would leave a bad taste in your mouth and you'd be like, I'm like Chinese food. You'd be unsatisfied. You would just want to assimilate me all over again. Marlon says, nice, no trap emoji, but this one should do. Adam says, work you funny. Marlon says, or this. Adam says, when I was good at tennis, I used to buy get strings and they were made of vegans. Oh, man. Poor vegans. That's why there's so few of us. We used to rule the world. There used to be nothing but vegans, or almost nothing but vegans. But then we started being harvested for violin strings and tennis rackets. And now there's like 6 of us. All right, I got to go. Love you guys. I'm going to see everyone at 1 o'clock. No guests today, but tonight the doors to the Esoteric Lounge is opening up. And I hope to see you guys there. Come on by, hang out with Squirrel Sniper. Tonight's my night off. Tonight I'm just a moderator. We present the floor, we open the doors. Squirrel Sniper holds forth. Marlon says, wanted a pyramid, but they didn't have any. Boy, you know what I say about that? I don't know, Marlon. Thank you again, Gales. Thanks for being here working. Michael, thank you for being here. Love you all. Take care.